just released your new album. It's called Evisceration Plague.
Right.
So what's the difference to your older love songs?
Well, I mean, it's the next chapter in the Cannibal Corpse story, basically, you know, our 11th CD. And, you know, like I said, it's just the next chapter in the story, the way we like to put it, kind of a thing. Great songs, of course, you know, just what we've been doing, kind of similar to what Kill was, our previous CD, maybe just a little bit a step better, perhaps. We used a click track for the first time, recording and writing all the songs, so you know, that might be the biggest difference out of any CD we've ever done. Okay. But definitely our 11th CD and arguably our best CD, and I believe, and I think we do believe that it is our best. So we're just very proud of the production and the songs and just the way everything turned out.
And with the CD you entered the US charts, the Canadian charts, Finnish charts, German charts. Is it kind of a relief to you after the many years being banished in many countries?
Yeah, it's a great thing, of course. Obviously, you know, we're just, like I said, we're just trying to do the best that we can at any given moment, kind of a thing. So for us to hit the charts in these ways is just remarkable to us, and of course we're very appreciative and happy for this. But yeah, I think it's just a testament to, you know, we're a band that has been doing 20 years of just brutal death metal, lack of press, lack of radio play, all that kind of you know, those kind of things. So for us to be able to release our best CD and our you know, get the chart positions that we got, just unbelievable at this point in our career. Yeah. So of course we're you know, we're very pleased for that.
I was a demon never far behind. The darkness drinks your eyes. Paranoia, a creeping aura. Guided by the walking terror, your head reeks for the night. Subconscious moaning insidious. It was always in your mind. Release the pain, a psychotic rush. That walking terror. Stomach of torture.
You know, this is what we wanted to do since day one. You know, when we first started this band 20 years ago, it was just really about playing music that we love to play. And Cannibal Corpse style of music and death metal was what we wanted to do. And of course, we were big fans of just visuals as well. The bands we were listening to were, you know, their album covers were maybe a little bit more intense. The artwork, or the lyrics were more intense, kind of a thing. We just wanted to do it on our own terms, of course. You know, like I said, we're playing music that we want to play, and that's the most important thing as an artist, as a musician, I think, is just doing what you want to do. And if good things come from that, of course, great. And that's just basically what happened with us, you know, because we weren't gonna give in to anybody, you know, oh, well, if we do this, we'll sell more records. If we do that, we'll be more popular. If we do that, whatever. No, we were doing our own thing. And the success was going to come from exactly that, us being who we are and Cannibal Corpse. Over the years, the graphics might have changed a little bit. You know, you can see the new album, for instance, Evisceration Plague, is not maybe as horrific or gory as albums in the past, kind of a thing. Still decent artwork that we think is very, very good artwork, of course, but by no means is it going to be able to be compared to an album like Tomb of the Mutilated or Butchered at Birth, our second and third release, where the album covers, of course, caused major problems, especially in Germany. You know, so we just, you know, we just want to do what we do, and like I said, if good things come from that, that's awesome.
Is it the same artwork all over the world with the new CD, with this handsome artwork?
Yeah, the zombies kind of in the black kind of a thing. That's the artwork for the whole world, basically. And then inside we did include some more horrific artwork in the inner booklet, kind of a thing. But yes, that's the packaging and basically the artwork for the release throughout the world.
Are there any places in the world where some songs are still restricted, where you can't play what you want to play?
Nope. The only place that we've ever had a problem with not playing any songs we ever wanted to play was in Germany.
Okay.
I know there was problems in the past about maybe sales in New Zealand and Australia. I guess all that is supposedly okay. We've been to Australia recently. We haven't had a problem. The biggest problem we had was the German thing, which is now since gone as well. Yeah. So we can play all the songs from our catalog in Germany. So really, that was it. Germany was the big problem for us. You know, that you know, over the years, that really, you know, was able that, you know, we weren't able to do what we can do on a normal basis, you know. Yeah. So obviously maybe 10 years ago, maybe we weren't able to go to Australia or New Zealand or something like that, but it didn't affect us then. So like I said, everything seems fine worldwide, so I think we're all right.
Was it kind of annoying, or did you like it because it's a promotion in some way?
Sure, I mean, it's going to be a little bit of both, of course. You know, at the same time, yeah, do we want censorship? No, you know, I mean, we want to be able to do what we do, you know, like I said. Of course, if somebody's going to tell you and get to that point of you can't, that's going to be annoying. Obviously, it didn't stop us. It's, you know, we played Germany many a time since that happened, kind of a thing, and we have many other songs in our catalog, you know. So to us, it was more, yeah, a little bit of an annoyance than anything, you know. But at the same time, exactly, publicity's publicity, you know, and people are going to want to know, oh, what's going on? A band like Cannibal Corpse, they're banned? Huh, let me check that out, let me see. So, of course, it can't hurt. It was definitely more of an annoyance, and, of course, good to get some publicity out of that. But, like I said, at the end of the day, it's just great to be able to go, you know, we don't have to worry about not playing any songs off of our first 3 records. Now, we can come and just do what we want, so that's good.
What was the reason? Why is the band gone?
I don't know. I don't know if there was a statute of limitations or something. I'm not sure, because when we did all that, I guess it came around in '98 or something, I believe. I can't even remember, but we signed papers and, you know, we couldn't play the songs, we're going to get fined, we're going to go to jail, whatever the case may be. And that happened, you know, for many a year. And then Metal Blade Germany, a few years ago, I guess, I think when Kill might have came out, you know, oh, you know, just nonchalantly, oh yeah, everything's fine, you know, you can play those songs. oh, okay. So here, what happened? We didn't even question it. It was almost like, oh, good, because that was like, exactly, that was annoying, and glad that's over. So it was almost like, just forget about it and move on, you know, kind of a thing. So. Good question, though. I don't know, you know, have to ask probably, you know, the German Metal Blade office exactly what happened on that, yeah.
So right now you're supporting Children of Bodom.
Right.
What are the responses? Do you think you get some new audience?
That's kind of the reasoning for us to do a tour like this. We've never been in Europe, especially doing an opening slot, you know, for any band for the most part, other than playing, of course, the bigger festivals like Wacken and what have you. So the response has been really positive for us. You know, they're different bands, of course, you know, but like I said, I think the reasoning behind it was see if we can gain some new fans by playing in front of their fans mostly, of course. And so far, it's been going good. We've talked to some people after the shows that come up and say, I've never heard of you or never listened to you, and, you know, I like it. And, you know, so that's great, because I think we have the death metal market sort of cornered, maybe, you know.
I think so, yeah.
I mean, so yeah, this was our reasoning to do that. And of course, you know, it's not going to be what we do all the time. We will be back in a headlining status, you know, come the fall or what, somewhere around there. But yeah, so far this tour has been really cool, and they're great guys, you know, really fun guys to be around. It's been a really positive tour, very, you know, friendly tour. Everybody's getting along, so it's been great.
This goodness revelation is a new beginning, led to the solution against their will.
You already talked about the Wacken. What was it like to play there in 2007 with those songs that were banned?
It was awesome. I mean, I think it was our best Wacken experience yet. You know, we played, I think it was our 3rd time, 4th, I can't even remember now, but that one being, of course, with the amount of people that were there, more than ever for us, you know, playing a Wacken, obviously just getting bigger and bigger. So able to, you know, yes, able to play any song we want, kind of a thing, in front of that many people. I mean, it's just, you know, it's surreal. It really is. I mean, you know, obviously the good thing was to be able to play the old songs, but really just as a whole, just going, wow, this is crazy. You know, here we are playing in front of what, 75,000 people, whatever it was. I mean, and it was just something. But yeah, it's great to be able to play the songs that were banned, I guess. Being from America, we don't have festivals like that, so of course I know how prominent they are in Europe. And of course, Wacken seems to be one of the, you know, the greatest ones going these days, kind of a thing. So yeah, it's just a great celebration of metal, which is awesome, you know, because you got different kinds of metal, and everyone comes together, and you know, have that many people there, and you know, it's a well put together festival. So yeah, so I you know, I think it's one of the best out there right now, you know. So, I mean, a lot of times, you know, we're not there, say, the whole weekend, kind of a thing, but if we get there the day prior to us playing, we're able to go hang around, see some friends or whatever, and some bands that, you know, that we know, or see some bands that are playing. And then, yeah, of course, if there's a band or two playing that day, yeah, we're going to go and check it out, of course, you know, because that's the cool thing about Wacken. Like I said, there's such a mix of metal and all that, and a lot of new bands, a lot of old bands, a lot of bands, of course, that we grew up with. That going, wow, I can't believe we're playing, you know, Wacken with, you know, whatever Dio or, you know, whomever. So yeah, of course, it's great to, you know, go hang around and check some stuff out. I listen to a lot of hard rock, a lot of classic rock, I guess. I just love the era of pretty much between 1968, 1972, 1973. You know, just to me, rock and roll was just, you know, so pure at that point, and on the verge of, you know, getting more aggressive kind of a thing. So I'm really kind of getting into a lot of bands, you know, that I knew were out there, but maybe never even listened to when I was younger, kind of a thing. So listening to a lot of Steppenwolf and a lot of the James Gang. There's a band I just sort of discovered not too long ago called Sir Lord Baltimore. They're a band from Brooklyn, actually. Released 2 CDs, one in 1970, one in 1971, and that's it. So you're like, oh, who are these guys? But man, this album called Kingdom Come by Sir Lord Baltimore, it's one of my favorites. I've been listening to it pretty much regularly for the last couple of months. I don't listen to a lot of I don't know what's going on in the world in the present sense, I guess, so to say, you know, music-wise. I mean, it seems like when I do listen to my music, it's mostly at home when I'm driving somewhere, you know. So busy doing other things, it's not like it was when you grew up, oh, music is constant, you know, you're always playing it, you're always doing something. You know, you get older, things, you got to do other things, I guess. So unfortunately, it seems like the only time I'm listening to my music is in my vehicle driving to here and there. But it's usually listening to something I want to listen to, you know. So I don't even know what's going on in the whole scheme of new music, even in our genre of sorts for the most part, you know. Hey, you know, did you hear that new Metallica? No. Did you hear that new AC/DC? No. You know, I mean, just even bands like that, you know, that you would think that I would have heard something. I don't. I really just, I don't follow it. I'm kind of stuck in my own musical world, I guess, these days, you know.
Do you want design? Now a trophy made mine. Do you want design? Now a trophy made mine. I seek to find, to satisfy my fucked mind. I seek to find, to satisfy my fucked mind.
Of course, a lot of the guys, you know, listen to some, you know, we do listen to some newer bands, of course. I mean, there's a band called Eon from Sweden. They signed to Metal Blade, I think a couple of years ago. We did some touring with them, but we were really a big fan of this album they did called Bleeding the False. And it was a big influence in us in the sense of when we first heard that, we were like blown away by you know, this is what death metal is to us, and this is what it should be, kind of a thing now. Very aggressive, very much so a death metal album, you know, because that's what we really like, real aggressive, brutal, kind of pure death metal, similar to what we do, you know. But yeah, of course, there's a lot of new bands, a lot of great musicians out there that are going to have some sort of an impact on you, you know, as a musician, I guess. But, you know, to say that we'd really be influenced by, I mean, it might be more of a subconscious thing, you know. I think we've been doing what we do for 20 plus years. We write Cannibal Corpse music. It's not much is going to be in that kind of differences here and there. You know, it's not like one album we're going to go, oh, well, you can tell they were listening to this band and listen to what they sound like now. I mean, I think it's just going to be more of an internal thing, and then you draw your influence, you know, just from the music you're liking or the bands you're listening to, but still it's going to come out Cannibal Corpse.
How many musicians do confess that they are influenced by you?
Oh, a lot. We get a lot. Of course, more on the MySpace thing, of course, something like that. You know, when we're on there, so many people adding and go, oh man, listen to my band and we're a big influence. You know, Cannibal's a big influence for us, and that's, you know, we get a bunch of that. So, you know, it definitely makes us feel good, of course, like we've done something right. You know, we've been around 20 years, and if we can have any positive influence on anybody, you know, be it musicians or just fans or whatever, then it's a great thing. But yeah, we get them on a, you know, pretty much a daily basis, which is a cool thing.
What about another cooperation with Jim Carrey?
Well, who knows? It'd be great. I mean, you know, it's funny because ever since that happened, we have not spoke to him or been in contact with him at all. Okay. So as far as we know, you know, does he still like death metal? Was it a fad to him? We don't know, you know. I mean, actually be, you know, kind of curious to find out these things, but it's never came up. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure we'd be all for it. Why not?